up, let it start. From block to block, we snatching hearts and jacking marks. And the punk police can't play these things. We can have peace someday, G. But right now, I got my mind set up. Looking down the barrel of a nine, get up. It's time to make the payback fast. And my brothers on the block better stay strapped, black, and accept no substitute.
From deep inside the bowels of the brand new Palatial Robinson Gearing Recording Studios and live out of Pawleys Island, South Carolina, this is the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jake the Snake in the house, and the experience rolls on. So many things going on since the last time we talked to each other, and oh my God, I mean, it's just been a whirlwind. I gotta tell you, I mean, absolutely out of this world. I've been just nonstop on the go, on the go, on the go, but nothing has changed. Nothing is, been taken off the books. Jake the Snake is still in the house. He's still doing his thing. Just a couple things that are going on in my personal life and in the business life of how we're going to basically go forward with this. So, a lot of things to get to you with. And look, thankfully, a lot of that happened this week because there wasn't much that went on in the baseball world. So, on top of the one or two moves that were made this week, I'm going to pretty much let you know what's going on in the world of the Let's Talk Baseball fan page, in the world of the podcast that we do, and how we're going to attack this going forward. Now, in the beginning, I usually come in with the live out of West Palm Beach. Look, Jake the Snake did a little bit of relocating. I got a nice new digs here in South Carolina. I returned home to the scene of the crime. I've been gone for a couple months, and I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago that a year ago on my birthday, my house burned down, and, look, I don't know if many of you are familiar with the life of John Lennon, but John Lennon had a period in his life where he was, madly in love with Yoko Ono, but he felt like a piece of him was lost, and he was just kind of roaming the earth. And Yoko told him to get the fuck out. I mean, she was like, you got to get out of here, dude. You got to figure out what your purpose in life is. And I feel like in a lot of ways for me, living in West Palm Beach was kind of my lost weekend. It was Jake the Snake's lost weekend. I mean, I stayed there for 6 months, and it was beautiful. The weather down there is nice. The chicks are hot. Don't get me wrong. It's a horrible sports town. Baseball town in particular. I mean, just horrible. So I spent this past 6 months just kind of hanging out, finding out what I want to do with my life, and the head and I got together, and we decided to make this thing happen. And, look, sometimes change is good, sometimes change is necessary. Going to Florida in the first place was, in a lot of ways, it was therapeutic for me. Look, the Snake was down he was down in the dumps. I'm going to be honest with you. But I noticed one thing when I was living down there that, this whole concept of happiness, it's really just a concept and a state of mind. You got to really figure out where you are in this world. And my home is here in Pawleys Island, South Carolina, a beautiful little island town. It's anybody that knows the Snake knows I ain't living more than 2 miles from the beach. So I sit on the cusp of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm about 35 miles south of Myrtle Beach, if any of you have been there. Beautiful, stretching beaches of just gorgeous sand, and the weather is beautiful today. So, it's the Jake Robinson Sports Experience live and brand new out of Pawleys Island, South Carolina. I got a brand new complex I'm working out of, and look, I got some new equipment that I'm dealing with, so you're going to have to deal with me a little bit on that. I'm trying to get accustomed to what I'm actually working with at my fingertips. As many of you know, we are part of the Let's Talk Baseball fan page. Our podcast network, the Let's Talk Baseball podcast network, it's inspired by that page, because that page is, holy fuck, that page is awesome. I mean, and it is just growing exponentially. Left and right. People coming in from all over the country, all over the globe, We are dominating in New York City, dominating in Houston. I got fans in Omaha, Nebraska, LA, Miami, Baltimore, Altoona, Pennsylvania. I got fans in the UK, baby. And a jolly old time that is. I got fans down under. They're coming from all over the place. The game of baseball, the gospel of baseball is being spread throughout the whole globe. And that was my vision when we started this from the very beginning. So, you're listening to the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. And I am your boy, Jake the Snake. You know who it is. And yes, I am back. Also, huge happenings as far as this show is concerned. Now, I know a lot of you on the Let's Talk Baseball fan page on the Facebook and on Twitter. I've been getting congratulations all week, and I just want to say, without you, none of this is possible. The Let's Talk Jake Robinson Sports Experience was picked up by iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Google Play. And we also got a bid in for TuneIn Radio and Stitcher. So, look. My plan is almost complete, and that is the complete worldwide domination of the game of baseball. I don't care where you are. I don't care what corner of the globe you're trying to hide. I'm going to bring baseball to you, because that's my job. And damn it, I do my job pretty goddamn well, if I can say so myself. It's the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. The experience rolls on. Half man, half podcast machine. I got your hookup. Holler if you hear me. So, we talked about my move. We talked about the fact that iHeart and iTunes, and look, I'm all over the internet. You want to find me? I'm right there. I'm not far from you. You can always have me. You can have me at dinner time. You can have me at breakfast time, lunchtime. I mean, whatever you want. You can lay in your bed and just listen to this beautiful voice going into your eardrums and just salivate at the thought of ever meeting me. Because, that's the kind of excitement I'm trying to bring. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was living in Florida, there were times when I would literally have to pump my energy up because I know what you guys expect from me when I get on here. You guys don't want to hear a Jake the Snake who's just down and depressed, and someone who just comes on here and basically goes through the motions. That ain't what you're looking for. You're looking for this. You're looking for the man to bring it and bring the energy and bring the power and bring the funk, right? Well, to be honest with you, it's getting to be kind of tough. But I'm in a better frame of mind. I'm very happy. I'm in my new digs. So, look. Engines are fired up, ready to go. And it's time to make a little bit of noise. So, look. iHeart, iTunes. Now, Google Play. They're in the mix. I mean, everybody's in love with the snake. And you know what? The snake loves it right back, baby, because, I may be a venomous killer, but goddamn it, I got a heart, too. So, a lot of those exciting things. And look, I know also many of you on the Let's Talk Baseball fan page see this little bet that the Grand Slam with Mikey Frank show, we have a bet. And I got a lot of questions and a lot of replies on this, and quite honestly, Mikey is insane if he thinks he's going to win this bet. So here's the bet. I've been on the Colorado Rockies hard all offseason, and I don't think there's been any, hiding that fact. I've been pretty much on that bandwagon after seeing what they've done to their bully. I feel like that team is ready to move forward, and that team is ready to contend in the National League West. Now, one thing you got to know about my boy Mikey Franks, I love that kid. I don't like him. Let's get this straight. I don't like that dude at all. I don't like him. In fact, it borders on pure hatred. But with that in mind, I love that kid. I love him, and I know him better than he knows himself. And one thing I know about Mikey Franks, That's as big as Homer Simpson as you're ever going to find. And I'm going to tell you, his angle is that he believes that the San Francisco Giants will have a better record than the Colorado Rockies. And the reason why he's on this bandwagon, whether he tells you so or not, whether he admits it or not, is because his man crush, Andrew McCutchen, was moved to the San Francisco Giants. And we talked all about that on the last show, the Cutch Who Saved Pittsburgh. It's in the archives. You can check it out. And he's gonna deny it. He's gonna be like, oh no, it has nothing to do with that. Dude, you are so full of shit. Okay? Now, look, I don't care if they have Andrew McCutchen and Evan Longoria. You look at that lineup. I mean, who scares me? In that stadium, who scares me? Look, McCutchen had 28 home runs last year. You think he's going to hit 28 home runs in AT&T? I don't think so. Evan Longoria, his numbers have been steadily declining. You think he's going to all of a sudden have a power outburst inside of... You think he's going to all of a sudden have a power burst inside of AT&T? I mean, he played in Tampa. He played in the Trop. You do realize that, right? And his numbers were going down at the Trop. Neither one of those guys are going to have, like, these big power numbers that are going to blow you away. I expect McCutchen to have 22 to 25 home runs, 80-some RBIs, and I would expect Longoria to be somewhere in the same. Now, look, McCutchen had 28 home runs himself last year, and the whole Giants outfield combined had 38. And look, I look at that bullpen, and it's terrible. You keep hanging your hat on Madison Bumgarner and Johnny Cueto. Well, who's after that? Scramarja? That fucking stiff. You're gonna rely on him to win your bet? And who's after him? And the bullpen. I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about Mark Melancon and a couple bodies. And Mark Melancon, he ain't even Mark Melancon anymore. So look, here's the bet. Mikey Franks is insistent that the San Francisco Giants are going to have a better record than the Colorado Rockies. And I'm insistent that, well, Mikey Franks has got a bad crack problem. And he's going to probably have to sit down with his kids at the end of the year and explain to them why Daddy does the things that he does and the ridiculous decisions that he makes. Because this is going to be humiliating. If the Colorado Rockies come away with more wins than the San Francisco Giants, then Mikey Franks has to dress, well, I don't even know if you want to call it dress. He's got to wear a pair of Speedos. In all his glory. Nothing else. Just Speedos. Maybe some tennis shoes with no socks. That'd be kind of funny, right? So you heard that right. When I win this bet, there is no if. When I win this bet, Mikey's going to have to wear a pair of Speedos. They're going to take a picture of him, and he's going to be the profile pic for a month on the Let's Talk Baseball fan site. Now, if by some chance I lose, and really, how am I going to lose? I mean, is Charlie Blackmon going to die? I mean, seriously, how am I going to lose this bet? Does Nolan Arenado get hit by a car on the way to the stadium and he's no longer able to play the game of baseball? These are the only way that I can say I'm going to lose this bet. But should I lose this bet? Your boy, Jake the Snake Robinson's got to dress up in women's lingerie. And let me tell you, before you get grossed out, I'm a pretty hot chick. I mean, you can look at my daughter. She is smoking hot, and I got it in me. So don't worry. Number one, I'm not going to lose the bet. And number two, if I do lose the bet, I'm a pretty hot fucking chick. So I think it's a win-win for everybody, except for maybe all the members of the Let's Talk Baseball fan page, because they're going to have to see it. But I'm going to be honest with you. I cannot wait to see Mikey in Speedos. So that's the bet. Colorado ends up with more wins than the Giants. Mikey's got to dress up in a Speedo.